Well, when I grow up, I'm going to show every pony that we're right.
Oh?
Yeah. And someday, the both of us will meet unicorns or Pegasus, and we'll be best friends forever.
You serious?
I don't know why, but it's one of those things where I just cannot read a script because I'm constantly getting overwhelmed by what I need to say. And maybe I should have written notes. You see, it's getting bad. But basically, I want to be more authentic with this video and with you guys, and this is just a little disclaimer that my videos aren't going to be they're not going to be something that's all spectacular and woke and stuff like that. Also, there are kids playing outside as I'm recording, so yippee whippy. I'm just trying to be myself here, and so hopefully that's okay as I'm looking at this heavy 10-page script. If I don't really read all of it, I'm just going to share my notes in the description so then it can be much more easier to understand my points instead of being like, oh, well, I'm just sharing my points and I'm not even following them. Like, no, what I feel is what I feel. It's just I can't really say it in words because I'm so fucking overwhelmed by all the words that I've written. So, let's just start the video and we'll see how it goes. And then that's it. Yeah, this is so fucking awkward.
Good morning, sun. No time to chat. I gotta.
Sunny as a child, she's one of those characters that seems very optimistic about the world and how things will be in the future. I don't really understand why we have to have another character like this because at this point, yeah, her name is Sunny. We can't really go past the notion of, oh, she has another type of a characteristic. So her father Argyle is one of those fathers where he's a Disney dad, and he's gonna die because he looks like a character that could die. In retrospect here, Sunny is basically someone that wants to be everyone's friend, but she is a social outcast because of all the essentialist beliefs that the world holds and how there's so many stereotypes going on and racial discrimination. After her father passed away, she seems like the only quote-unquote hope in the world because that's all she knows. I want to basically bring up something that was in Gonna Be My Day because there were a few lines that actually interested me.
I never worry about upsetting carts, hardened hearts, or wonder will I be lost.
Upsetting carts refers to the phrase don't upset the apple cart. So this means, quote, if you upset the apple cart, you disrupt the normal order of things. Typically, you're creating difficulty for other people around you by inquiring about something or taking a set of actions against what is best practice, end quote. This makes sense considering Sunny's rebellious nature against societal norms and how the world currently stands. And her goal is to emphasize that friendship with unicorns and Pegasi is far superior to living in fear. Now, I don't understand that Sunny claims to not care how others feel about her, but then she clearly shows her hopelessness about being seen as an outcast. Maybe that's her trying to bring herself up and to add more confidence that doesn't really exist, but you know, I'll roll with it. My favorite scene of the film is when Hitch confronts Sunny about her behavior, and she seemed very ingrained with guilt and disappointment. I think it's also the animation that does it for me because you basically see her feeling more melancholic than anything, but I can't really tell if she was reflecting or not based on the actions that I will bring up later in the film. Her viewpoint doesn't really change as much based on what her friend explained, and instead decides to act reckless. And therefore, I dislike Sunny's arrogance since Hitch was primarily accurate to her wrongdoings. And this is from manipulating him into going to the convention.
Please try not to pull any stunts today.
Okay, I'll try.
To just acting smug as he's threatening to arrest her in the flower scene.
After this whole escapade is over with, you are gonna march back home to Maritime Bay with me. Is that clear?
I don't care!
Even after traveling back to Maritime Bay, Hitch says this.
I'm right here if you need to talk, Sonny.
Now, the expression on Sunny's face is despondent, while not even saying a hint of an apology to her friend about what happened. Okay. For some reason, just didn't even apologize. That is disrespectful, because Hitch went out of his way to protect Sunny and didn't even throw her in jail by the time they got home. I don't understand why Sunny cannot contribute the same way that Hitch is. Maybe because he has a higher level of adherence than she does, and she doesn't fucking care, so we're just gonna move on. This is going to be a how the fuck do I say the word? This is going to be a I can't say this word.
Are you stupid or something?
This is going to be a controversial statement that I'm about to say because I am part of the minority. I don't really like Izzy. For some reason, it's one of those things where I have to be more aware about Hasbro wanting to create more bubbly characters, and probably me being burnt out by Pinky all these years and then having to see another character basically like this, especially how she becomes in the other series. I'm getting off topic. As much as I don't like her and her character, she always seemed genuine with her feelings. The entire time she is with Sunny, that inner motivation comes from meeting someone she's never met. Izzy ventured outside of Bridalwood because of her curiosity to make friends. Like Hitch, she always cares for Sunny's well-being, like noticing that she looks woozy and asking if she's okay, or providing her horn as support to help her climb up the cliff. Sunny doesn't even seem that much grateful about the whole thing. Even when Sunny is trying to throw a pity party about the crystals not working, Izzy stays optimistic by saying that, oh, we're all in this together. And Sunny just gives up. I know some people are going to argue in the comments saying, oh no, but she was true to herself and that she was basically wallowing because of her depression. Entangled, there is a scene very equivalent to this, how Rapunzel finds out that she is princess after being very much depressed in her bedroom because Eugene was taken away and is going to be executed. But she doesn't know that. She finds out a very significant piece that she's been painting this entire time, which is the sun. The same sun that is on a flag that she got from when she was at the kingdom. After figuring this out, it's a genius scene because it basically shows how she's kind of freaking out because her whole truth is just kind of pushed into her, and that's when she confronts Mother Gothel. Sunny just kind of wallows, and then for some fucking reason, when she puts the lantern in the box, the sun ray like beams down and it basically shows everything in the room. Oh, it's there. Let me put it in the hole. And then the hole creates a diamond. The fact that Sunny gives up, in my opinion, is such a bad move. Izzy was there for her the entire time. And even when Sunny met Izzy, she even active rude toward her without being subconsciously aware. To me, one of the most notable things is when Sunny asks Izzy to be careful with her horn because she doesn't want to get zapped by a wayward laser beam. And she believes this, she thinks that Izzy would already know, since she also thinks that unicorns can read minds.
Sometimes yes means no. And sometimes you're a bitch.
I'm surprised that Izzy didn't call her out for racial stereotyping her, but I guess Izzy has a forgiving spirit because that's basically how her character is in a nutshell. Like, they were supposed to have a strong relationship, and for some reason it just didn't work out. At least that's what I think. Let's talk about what Sunny says during the campfire scene. Let me just show the clip and then I'll get back to you.
What's wrong, Izzy?
Being with you ponies has been the best thing that's ever happened to me. I guess I just don't want our adventure to end.
You'll get your magic.
I want to die.
Sunny is too busy with the unification of the pony races to make connections. There is a lack of personal development and mutual chemistry in each new relationship, so we just had to assume that everyone is friends now. Sunny gets away with just spitting out useless advice, thinking that'll completely change Izzy's negative mindset into a positive one. And it's interesting how she believes that like a statement as stupid as that is going to create a lasting impact on her friend. At least Hitch cared, since he asked why Izzy decided to come to Maritime Bay, but Sunny won't care because this was a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be friends with someone of a different race. Now, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, since having a diverse connection with friends is relevant. However, this doesn't just relate to the perspective of physical appearance. I am not convinced that her bond is just magically grew over time, because it seems very unnatural to me. Her self-entitlement and blind optimism about ponies being brought back together on solely with the idea of magic returning makes me believe for how ignorant Sunny is towards others. I don't understand. Zipp and Pipp don't really have a lot of significance to the story, so I decided to mesh this section together with Sunny and their connection with her. First of all, the only reason Zipp agrees to break Sunny and Izzy out of the dungeon is that she's interested in finding out more about magic. Other than that, unless she genuinely gave a shit, they wouldn't be talking about anything else. Their relationship did not grow into a friendship, because to me, this is like acquaintances asking for help on a history lesson, since they all used to be in the same classroom. Zipp helped Sunny manipulate and steal from others, so does Izzy, by the way, and they magically became more associated. Okay, Pipp has the least connection with Sunny, as they barely communicate, which I disliked a lot. And to be fair, Pipp also has a personality that is unchangeable until we see her in Tell Your Tale. I know that Pipp gets better later on in the series, but for now her interaction in the movie with Sunny is kind of non-existent until the campfire scene. For some reason, Pipp didn't talk with anyone besides her sister, and they mainly argued, and there was also a very brief discussion with Hitch out of anger, but that was pretty much it. At the Crystal Bright house, Pipp tried to motivate Sunny during the dancing game, and it kind of comes out of nowhere. There wasn't even a lot of energy between them to begin with, so when Pipp helps out, I was really confused. Either way, there's more of a growing friendship in Tell Your Tale and Make Your Mark, and it's just not in the film. If we want to talk about law violations, this is the section. Here are several laws Sunny broke in the film: breaking and entering, vandalism, destroying private property, prison break with Izzy, oops, disorderly conduct, gambling, and stealing. Despite this, Sunny still believes that what she's doing is to create a more equitable society. But at what cost is this necessary? She doesn't see it. Why does Sunny want magic to prevail in the end? As we see throughout the film, everyone has thrived well without it. I mean, sure, Bridalwood was depressed over the fact that magic ceased and lost hope to survive, but did their community die? No, because guess what? It's still there. There is a vast difference between existing to survive and living with a purpose. In my opinion, I don't really believe Sunny realized it wouldn't really result in fulfillment. And when the crystals didn't work the first time, Sunny gave up and felt self-pity because she thought magic was the true friendship. Either way, Sunny becomes a pseudo-alicorn in the process. And yes, I said pseudo-alicorn because she has those weird horn and wing stuff. It's like a luminescent type thing, and it's not really connected to her body. It's like connected to her soul, so it's basically an outward projection of how magic is. She already had the mental capacity to learn about harmony. Let's just move on to Make Your Mark, because I'm done with the film.
Come on and party with me, join the band.
Things seemed normal after just a few months with magic in the world again. Sunny is more quote-unquote tame. Let's start with the incident that occurred in Posey's garden. When it's brought up how she believes magic isn't safe, Sunny makes an excuse that every pony is still learning and getting used to it. She practically wants to push that she'll try to get Posey to like magic.
Don't worry, Posey. I'm gonna find a way to show you and every pony else just how awesome magic can be.
I understand that something like magic takes a lot of practice, but Posey has every right to be upset about her property being destroyed, as the partial reason was in fact magic. I think This has to do with Posey's overall behavior towards others with magical abilities, but she doesn't have an obligation to agree. Furthermore, the conversations between Sunny and Zipp feel one-sided because it's as if Sunny once again isn't listening to the possibility that her friend is discussing.
Maybe Posey has a point. Magic is unpredictable.
It may be unpredictable, but it's not dangerous. You just need to show the Earth ponies that magic is nothing to be afraid of. It makes Equestria a better place. And it's fun!
Shut the fuck up.
Another scene follows Zipp explaining about the magic glitching and something is wrong after witnessing what occurred. Sunny proceeds to immediately discard Zipp's theory without any proof to back up her opposition. What infuriates me is the fact that Sunny was asked before about the same issue. She had a problem with magic during her daily work and still won't hesitate. When Zipp asks if Sunny thinks it's strange that her alicorn magic keeps popping up at random times, she once again creates the same excuse that she's learning.
I know it sounds weird. These two Pegasi crashed into each other and I think
I'm sorry, Zipp. I've been so caught up in all the festival planning. This is all my fault.
that magic is glitching.
Magic is not glitching.
But you said it yourself. Your alicorn magic keeps appearing randomly. You don't find that strange at all?
No, I think that's just because I'm done.
Why does she keep denying that this is a serious problem? It doesn't help that Sunny constantly likes to talk for the majority. However, that's not really the problem that I have here. Let's talk about the final scene. Sunny basically apologizes for not believing in her in the first place.
You're right, Zipp. Actually, you were right about everything. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I should have been a better friend and listened. I was just so focused on hoping magic was okay that I lost sight of everything else. Can you forgive me?
Obviously.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like Sunny is apologizing for not taking the problem seriously because she was too distracted by taking it seriously. That's got to be the worst apology ever.
So, as much as I want to consider what she said, I can't really trust Sunny at this point. She has been proven time and time again that her behavior will repeat. Actions speak louder than words, and Sunny has shown to me, well, she hasn't. Sorry. She hasn't shown to me that she is capable of doing better. So, it's gonna get worse.
So much to do. Excited, yes.
The actual series, which is chapter 2 of Make Your Mark, so let's do it. For this segment, I'm going to be reviewing 3 episodes of the Make Your Mark series that mainly involve Sunny. Let's start with episode 2, which is Growing Pains. As we can see in the first few minutes of the episode, fruits and vegetables have been growing at an alarming rate. When a giant berry is rolling into town and almost hurts everyone, Sunny just laughs it off like it was so humorous for others to be in danger. She then proceeds to tell Hitch that he shouldn't be judging what magic can do just because of what happened this morning.
Oh, wish I'd been around earlier. Sounds like you made a real impact.
Shut up!
This plant-powered magic is something special. Growing stuff at the stomp of a hoof? Incredible. But have you tried to grow anything yet?
To be honest, I'm afraid to after this morning.
Come on, you can't judge all Earth Pony magic on one little mishap.
Ooh, some gay shit.
I keep this place safe, and it's too dangerous without rules.
But if our magic can produce produce this perfect, there might be no limit to what we can do. We can't cut off a whole planet of possibilities.
More like a cosmos of calamities.
How are the Earth Ponies gonna grow and learn to grow with restrictions?
First of all, Sunny, the produce isn't perfect. It's more than its average weight and size. It may not necessarily hurt the citizens if they eat it, but Hitch is more concerned about the food causing collateral damage within the town. If his occupation as a sheriff is to protect everyone and keep them safe, I can't speak. Why isn't she considering that? If there are no restrictions, magic can't be controlled to be used under safe measures. Second, the main issue I have about her argumentation is that she thinks it isn't okay to not let citizens be without magic. Honestly, I am on Hitch's side, because even with magic being available for several months, new elements of it are approaching. Prohibiting Earth Pony magic until further notice is the safest precaution for now, but Sunny can't take it. Why? Because Earth Pony magic is powerful. This is why Hitch enforced these rules until there was a completed inspection, because giving them the free will to use an unknown ability is just as dangerous. Ultimately, when Hitch tries to remove the Earth Pony crystal, I don't like how Sunny sounds, honestly.
You're right. This isn't me.
Do you know you have an attitude problem?
Yeah, but it's just a little one.
Magic doesn't operate by any rules. Rules are what I know. What if I can't be the sheriff every pony needs now?
You'll always be a strong sheriff, Hitch, because you care.
I would have known what you said, but I'm deaf to stupidity.
Hitch was caring about the citizens' safety. You took offense to that and provided no alternative solution, so you have no right to be complaining or being in fear that this was going to be Hitch's last-ditch effort. You even sounded pretty bothered as he was trying to undo magic temporarily. What was the worst that could have happened? Magic glitches more until it stops working. Okay, that's totally the best thing that can occur. Just use the power of friendship to put them back together. Like, overall, the moral of this episode is decent but not effective. Yes, we should have the freedom to experience new ideas while expressing ourselves, but it's also important to know how to regulate decisions. And I wish Sunny hasn't been deemed the right one, because Hitch also had a say in this. Episode 4, Alicon. This starts with Sunny urgently roller skating through Maritime Bay to make an important public announcement that the citizens consume too many unhealthy food. What I don't understand is how Sunny just, I don't know, has the authority for this. It's not even a protest like in the film, so Hitch should be the one in charge of the situation. Anyway, Sunny accidentally transforms into a pseudo-alicorn and everyone finally notices her as such. The way that Sunny handles this is okay. It's not something too over the top or anything. When the Philly Four asks Sunny to go shopping with them, she panics and starts talking to her doppelganger, who we all know is Opaline. Sunny finally gives in to the distress and runs away to sob in her room, so Izzy gives this advice that sounds too contrived.
You're every pony all in one. But as an Earth pony or an alicorn, you've inspired all of us to be better ponies. That's your true power.
Sunny expected
validation from others, but she can't even do that for herself. That's why I feel Izzy should have said something different that Sunny needed to still hear. Also, she did not inspire others to become better. All she did was push others to change and not give proper suggestions. Maritime Bay got empathy fatigue and stopped listening because it was all too much, so I get why that occurred. Therefore, I know that Sunny wants to make a world a better place, but I think she only gave in to her toxic positivity. Last but not least, episode 5, which is the cutie mark mix-up. You can tell I'm getting tired at this point. Sunny and Hitch commemorate a grand opening of the community garden, but it was interrupted in the process as well by animals running into town due to panic. After the chaos settles down, Sunny and Hitch once again start arguing, but this time it's about their job struggles.
But I have the hardest job of any pony, and what pony notices it?
Well, have you noticed how hard I've been working? I've been making smoothies during this entire conversation.
I don't think you understand how much pressure I'm under all the time.
Of course I do. Do you even know how hard it is to be the alicorn in Maritime Bay? Every pony's watching. I need to be a pony that others can count on.
So do I.
Don't be fucking rude. Are you kidding me?
Okay. 1. That's not true, because she's now talking outside of the cart. Considering all of that, observe Sunny's employment. She is a smoothie barista. That's all she does. She just makes smoothies for other people. Hitch is shown many times to deal with the frustrations due to the fear of not doing his job accurately. I get that Sunny also works just as hard, but she's honestly, she has no right to compare his job to hers. Another thing that Sunny believes is that she feels she's in high authority because she's an alicorn, pseudo-alicorn. Ponies don't really pay her any mind until, you know, she transforms.
are lost. And all that matters is that we find them.
Sunny's right.
And the reason why everyone acknowledges Hitch is that he's probably maintained his position as sheriff for a fair amount of time, which is, it goes way back into the, you know, the film. And then it's a few months later, and that's what's basically happening. So when I hear Sunny say that others are watching and they're counting on her, it's not even true. Like, it's not. I honestly don't like it. Sunny has never been a pillar of the community. Only Hitch. Sunny is barely recognized as doing anything, even when she became a student alicorn and brought back the magic of Equestria. If no one isn't wanting to care about her achievements, then I personally don't know. Not only that, but Sunny never even supported Hitch with the job. She knew her customers expected specific needs. Hitch is also at fault for this, but it just seems unfair on Sunny's behalf. I'm gonna be honest here, this is probably the special that really broke me, so if I break in this video too, don't mind me. Winter Wish Day. This starts with the winter holidays, which are equivalent to Christmas. I don't really know where Heartswarming Eve went. Sunny deliberately went out of her way to organize a holiday get-together with friends without even asking about their plans. It turns out that Hitch wants to visit his grandma Figgy, Izzy needs to hang up her ornament on the wishing tree in Brentwood, and Zipp and Pipp got head. Why did I fucking say that? And Zipp and Pipp have to head to Zephyr Heights to prepare a royal concert while spending time with their mother. I know that sometimes this can be difficult to want to celebrate with friends because of their holiday traditions and what have you. Sunny should have been more than willing to understand and try to create a specific plan where her friends have free time. However, Sunny insists that they all stick together by traveling to do their festivities and come back to Maritime Bay to do what she wanted, which is watch The Wishing Star. But the way Sunny handles it is not okay.
Wait, every pony.
What is it now, Hitch? We can't waste any time. We're kind of on a tight schedule today. Time?
Oh yeah, time! Grandma Figgy, this was a fantastic way to kick off our grand holiday tour, but if we want to hit all of our stops, we've got to get a move on.
Okay, so I know we spent a little longer there than we planned, but we'll definitely still make it back to the Bright House to see the Wishing Star.
I have to grab something. It'll only take 2 shakes of a pony's tail. Ooh, that means not very long.
Of course, Izzy.
There has been consistency with Sunny feeling a negative emotion when things do not work in her favor. This can be seen as having good intentions, actually, but Sunny constantly expresses her displeasure. And in reality, friends should be respectful while also finding ways to plan quality time afterward during the holidays. This makes me feel uneasy because she won't accept no or I can't, acting like she's more important than her friends' families while monitoring the time that they'd have. In the end, Sunny got what she wanted and everyone lives happily ever after. Whether or not she realizes this, Sunny needs to watch what she says to her friends. This is not to officially say that Sunny is a toxic character. However, she tends to act like that. There's not a lot of episodes that I'm going to review, but I'll just bring up certain ones that stick out to me regarding Sunny.
Breakfast of Champions!
It was nice for her to make a family breakfast, but everyone was too busy to eat. If not morning, it's still daytime and all Sunny's friends have to do things. Hitch is the local sheriff and takes care of Sparky. Izzy is a freelancer creating art. Zipp is a detective. And Pipp is a famous pop star singer while working at Main Melody. Plus, everyone is bound to forget because of their daily activities that typically happen the majority of the day, so I don't understand that. Lastly, I don't see a concern in the main 5 not having enough quality time. This may just be me, but Sunny seems like the only one to feel dissatisfied because she's very dependent and she can feel physically alone, which makes sense. You know, better yet, that's even valid because she lost her father at a very young age, and plus she didn't really have anyone to comfort her. It's the way that people handle it that I may or may not have a problem with.
We're all so different. It can be hard. But when we work together and listen to each other, all our differences become strengths.
They weren't even arguing while trying to bake a cake. It feels so weird because Sunny was acting like this was a big deal, but everyone just wanted to add different ingredients too quickly. Like, what are you doing? In G4, I think that the uses of magic is strictly prohibited from unicorns to prevent cheating. When Sunny announces that the Equestria Games ended in a tie, I was a bit confused because she was anxious that everyone would disagree. If there was no competition, I don't get why Sunny is flustered about her public humiliation. She should have already been used to this since the movie. I don't know if this would actually change her social status, but most likely it will, since everyone knew her being so annoying and just trying to create a better world. Sunny has been heavily criticized, as well as her father, for such a long period of time that helping others is Sunny's obligation. The issue with this is that her low self-esteem will get in the way. It could even get to the point where she'll always please others just for a sign of strength. Sunny didn't even want to go back outside because of how much inner turmoil this was causing.
You see? You've got to own your fails. If you play this right, they could remember for months.
In the end, it doesn't matter whether or not Sunny was like a pseudo alicorn. She's going to be known to an extent.
Art can be any.
Honestly, I'm kind of sad that Sneaksy has gone into hiding.
I say hasta la vista, lawbreaker, troublemaker.
Hitch, harsh. Sneaksy was just trying to fill Maritime Bay with beautiful art.
Izzy committed acts of vandalism and needs to be penalized. Izzy had no permission to do this. Therefore, the graffiti will be considered illegal, as well as her destroying public property. The fact that Sunny and everyone else is defending an anonymous pony that broke the law is honestly baffling to me.
Me home.
It's not just Sunny being inconsiderate of the distress that Posey is feeling about Maritime Bay's first snow day. If she doesn't like snow, she's not obligated to play in it. Even if they're in a secluded environment, Posey is clearly showing signs of anxiety about being in new weather conditions, basically. No matter how someone learns to like something, it won't necessarily change the heart of mind. G5 isn't explaining that we need friendship to work together, and instead strangers only tend to help based on convenience, not because they have that need and or want to support others, although that depends on the situation. At this point, this isn't giving me the slightest notion that Sunny truly listened to what her father was conveying. I've been very impatient with her character arc since then, but there's a vast amount of wasted potential. The delivery of her words can be problematic in many cases due to the situation brought forth. Not only that, but Sunny's actions thus far have not been redeemed, so I cannot trust how she'll be in future installments.